It is Lucas back once again for the live wire. This time I've got Ryan Phillips, the bass player for Story of the Year. How are you, my friend?
I'm the guitar player.
Guitar player. Oh, you are a guitar
Yeah.
player. I forgot you were the guitar player. Listen, I'm still waking up. I've only been awake for about an hour or so, and I've got my little wake up juice going. Bum bum.
It's okay, man.
How you been?
It's okay. I'm a great dude. Very great. Thank you for
Hell
asking.
yeah, that's all good. I haven't seen you for a couple of years. Obviously, I was at the Brightside headline show that you guys did after Knotfest, and that show was just a fucking killer show.
Oh yeah, that those Knotfest was great and everything, but the some of the side shows we did, man, those were magic, dude. Those were
Yeah,
awesome.
actually, wait, I just got that wrong too. That's how not awake I am. I was at Page Avenue at the Tivoli.
Oh, right on, right on. Cool, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. I'm
Mhm.
wearing. I don't know if you can see it. I'm wearing a Behind Crimson Eye shirt. You guys sort of reunited with me with my love for that band. So
Oh, cool.
yeah.
Sweet, man.
Um, but no, that Bright show was insane. I remember the married couple up the front and everything, and it was
Hmm.
just that show was just insane.
Yeah, I feel like every time we go to Australia, we always just leave, man, being like, why isn't the rest of the world like that? I mean, Japan's pretty awesome, but like, I don't know. There's just something about Australia, man. We just love it.
Yeah. I hear that from a lot of American bands, a lot of European bands too, just kind of the whole thing of like, why do we wait so long? And then you get here and you're like, oh, it's the travel.
It's the travel sucks all the dicks, but dude, when you get there, I feel like I don't know, man. I feel like Australian people are like similar to Americans, but like 25% nicer, 25% just more go with the flow, just cooler, 25% happier. You're like us, but better.
I appreciate that. That's a nice thing to say. Before we kick in, so how am I going to be addressing you through the interview? Am I going to be addressing you by Adam or Mr. Jigsaw?
Bro, my name is Ryan. I play guitar.
Ryan, Jesus
So
Christ.
neither.
I had Adam on the list and I've written everything down. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Oh my God. Anyway, all right, we're back. We're back. Anyway, Arson
Okay.
come out last Friday.
What's that?
Arson, so the album.
Oh
We'll get
yeah,
onto
yeah.
the we'll get onto the album. So that's recently just come out. The album's killer. It's probably one of my favorite albums I think you guys have done. Tear Me to Pieces was sort of an album that brought me back to the band and fully just loving the band again. I feel like this album is also really good building blocks for um, like off the back of what you guys did on Tear Me to Pieces. What did you guys initially set out to do when putting this one together?
Great question. So, yeah, dude, Tear 'Em Into Pieces, I feel like was a really important album for us because we were just kind of lost, man. Like we didn't really know what we should do. We didn't really know. Like honestly, there were times where it's like, dude, should we even be a band anymore? You know?
Mm.
And Colin really helped us kind of rediscover who we are in a way, not to be like dramatic, but like he really helped us kind of like get back to square one and tap back into why we do this in the first place, you know? So Arson, like you said, it really is kind of a continuation of the last album because it's the same mindset. And the way we approach music these days is like we quit trying to be so calculated and cerebral about it, man. We quit overthinking it. It's just like let's just make music that we believe in and that we love and just let it happen. Let's not try to force anything. Let's not try to have any hits or any of that stuff. It's just whatever comes out, man. And we're not going to overthink it. And man, it's turns out we write music way better that way, you know?
Did you feel a little bit of that pressure with Wolves? Because Wolves, obviously, you guys went self-independent and like, was that kind of the mindset where you were like, we need to get away from that, I guess, to then come into what then became Tear Me to Pieces and then what has continued on into Arson?
Yeah. So like for me, Wolves was like a test. It was just a test of whether like again, not to be like dramatic, but like whether we should be a band or not, you know? Because I mean, you know, every band, every artist has like ups and downs, you know? Like even, you know, most businesses, I mean, it's the human experience. We have ups and downs. That's what life is, right? That's what being a human is. And, you know, art being an extension of a human, there's ups and downs, man. And we were at a really, really low point, and I was actually doing photography, and I was kind of like, man, I love photography. This rules. I could just do this for the rest of my life. And I was like, to be sure, I want to make one more record and just to make sure I'm making the right choice. Then we put out Wolves, and I was like, damn it, I can't not do this, you know? Like I can't not do this. This is what I was born to do. This is the thing that gives me the most meaning and purpose. So yeah, Wolves was kind of like that test. Like, do I stop this or do I keep going?
Yeah. I'm glad you guys kept going because, again, the last two records have been two of my favorites out of the discography. I love Black Swan. Black Swan's great. Page Avenue, obviously, is one of the, I think it's a
Hmm.
fundamental classic of the early 2000s sound. Like, you guys have just been consistently great for 20 years. Wolves was amazing. And the fact that that was sort of the litmus test for you guys to continue on and then make these last two records, fuck yeah, give it flowers.
Hell yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate
So
that.
good. The versatility on the record's pretty crazy too. So across the album, right, there's so much going on, but it never feels like too much. For example, See Through. I was catching like Iron Maiden riff vibes through the guitars and stuff like that. 3 a.m. is just a straight up pop punk track. You've got those lo-fi kind of like sounds, I guess, on My Religion. Um, Dan's also got those like really cool vocal cadences on like the start of the song. Did
Hmm.
you guys want to kind of go into this and like, okay, cool, let's just see what we can do. Let's see how far we can push it.
I mean, it wasn't that calculated. It was just how are we going to make the best song? And that's really it, dude. It's just like if this song is going to be acoustic, cool. If this is going to be the heaviest track we've ever done, like Gasoline, cool. We're just going to make a great song. And within that song, there are times where we're like, hey, in order to make this song as best as it can be, we're going to have to get outside of our comfort zones a little bit. So yeah, there's some like Dan, especially Dan. I feel like Dan is like the standout of this album because there are some things he does on this album that are like outside of his comfort zone and that he's never really done before. But it was all in service of the song, not some kind of preconceived like strategy to like do. It was just, hey, this sounds fun. Let's do that.
Yeah, for sure. Talking then, I guess, on that, right, where things kind of didn't seem too calculated, you guys really did like your first feature on a record with Jacoby from Papa Roach for Fall Away. How did the
Hmm.
idea of bringing him in to do that song come about?
Very naturally and organically. Um, we were at the studio and Colin was doing a writing session in the room next door with Papa Roach. And so we met those guys and we were hanging out. I mean, we'd met them over the years a little bit, but this is the first time we like hung out. And Jacoby just kept leaving his session and sneaking into ours to hang out. And yeah, we just wound up spending a whole night just kind of like hanging out with those guys. And I love Jacoby's energy and his like that energy that people see on stage or hear in their music. I'm here to tell you, it's like that in real life, you know,
Yeah.
just as a human hanging out off stage, no cameras, no nothing. He's just like that. He's just this really high energy, like positive, awesome presence. And yeah, after meeting them, was like, you know what? Like maybe this was like we were supposed to meet this guy because this would rule. So Colin just like, hey, I'll ask him, and he's like, hell yeah, and it happened.
Hell yeah. Just obviously for reference, Colin, I'm assuming is Colin Britton, who now plays for Linkin Park, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, yeah. He's a gun producer. He's done some crazy stuff over the last couple of years. So I know he was on Tear Me to Pieces with you guys. I didn't realize he was involved with Arson too, but that's dope as. He's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why I was saying it feels like a continuation of the last record because it was the same mindset. I mean, same studio. We worked with the same team. I mean, walking into this on day one just felt like the next day of Tear Me to Pieces, if that makes sense. It was just like, oh, we're back. Hey, all right, let's go. You know?
Hell yeah. There's another two songs obviously that are on the record, which is Disconnected and Halos, that I feel like they're the most like Page Avenue tracks I think you guys have done since Page Avenue. You could have convinced me that they were B-sides. Did you guys sort of like write them with that intention, or like when you were writing, were you like, this feels like how we used to write?
After it's written, um, yeah, especially Halos. Like I feel like Halos could have been written in my mom's basement in 2002, you know? Like that Halos could have been the first song on Page Avenue instead of Hero Will Drown.
Yeah.
But that wasn't planned. It just, man, I grew up listening to Refused and Boy Sets Fire and like all those bands that like really influenced our first record. And sometimes that still comes out, you know. That was one of the last songs written for the record, and I just played my guitar one day and I started playing it, man. And I was like, all right, this is a vibe, you know?
Yeah. No, it's a great.
Yeah.
They're both great songs. Listen, I have trouble picking a favorite from this record because there's so many. Again, the versatility is so crazy. Like 3 a.m. If I want something fun to listen to, I'll throw 3 a.m. on. Again, See Through. If I want something that's a bit a bit more funky, I'll throw that on. There's another two songs that I really want to kind of shout out because when I listen to albums and stuff, just with doing this in general, big part of it is I sort of envision, okay, cool, what songs will sound cool live? And there were two songs that really stood out to me, which was Into the Dark and I Don't Want to Feel Like This Anymore.
Mm.
How much of the live performance aspect do you take into consideration when you're writing and recording and putting stuff together?
That is a great question. It's one of the things I actually try not to think about because I just want to service the song and make a great song. But we're a live band, we're a rock band, we're going to play the stuff live. So it does factor in a little bit, but I try not to have those thoughts. Like, I don't want to, like, the one thing I try not to do is like, okay, so how am I going to play this live? Blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? However I want to do it in the studio, it doesn't matter. I'll figure out a way to do it live, you know? Because in the past that's like I've shot myself in the I've like really gotten in my own way, just being like, well, I can't really pull that tuning off live, or I'm not going to be able to hit these foot switches fast enough to make that tone or whatever, blah blah. Like, I don't think about any of that stuff anymore. I'll record it and then I'll figure out a way later live. But it's more just the energy, you know. Like, every once in a while, it is like, you know what, this energy will translate live, and let's really lean into that, you know.
Yeah.
If
I
that
think the
makes if that
energy,
makes sense.
it does. Yeah. I think the energy, I don't want to feel like this anymore. Like, I feel that live is just going to be this big cathartic, especially that chorus. Like, that chorus is huge. And
Oh,
I
thanks,
reckon
dude.
seeing that live is going to be insane. I feel. I hope you guys put it into the set list when you eventually make your way back. Um,
We had a record release show last week, and we played it second to last right before Until the Day I Die, and it was, dude, it was awesome. Like, it
the
was really
record
cool.
release, the record release show, funnily enough, was my next question because I did want to talk about
Oh,
that.
okay. Oh
So
yeah.
I checked the set list out. I saw they were in the set list. I did see it was second last. The question I had about it though is that obviously with you guys being, having the record release show for Tear Me to Pieces back in 2021, 22,
I
whatever, I can't
think
remember.
2000. I think 22. I think 22
22. I'm pretty sure it was 22 as well.
or
So doing
23.
a was
I
it
don't
really
know. I
23?
forgot.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
have
know,
I.
dude.
It all merges together at some point. No, it had to have been 22 because you were out here for 23 for you were out here in 23 for Knotfest. Had to have been
I'm gonna
22.
figure it out right now, dude.
Anyway, while you look
No,
that up, so you guys had the hometown release show on Valentine's Day. Was it cool to sort of be like doing those hometown shows with like friends and family around celebrating the birth of the new record?
stressful but awesome. And real quick, Tear Me to Pieces came out in 23.
Was 23? Oh, must have been right before Knotfest then, was it?
Maybe. I
Because
don't
that was
remember.
when. All
Who
good.
cares? I don't
We
know.
won't get caught up in it. But listen, anyway,
Yeah.
bang a record. So what was the stresses that sort of came with that show?
Hometown shows are just a little stressful because our guest list is out of control. You know, like everyone's entire families and cousins and aunts and uncles and parents and friends of friends. And it's so out of control. Our guest list is so enormous. And then there's like the added pressure. Our hometown means so much to us, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we grew up just in the middle of the country, and we moved to California for 1 year back in 2002, and we moved right back. And we all still live here. And, like, this is a special place for us, man. Like, this is where, I mean, a lot of the reason Story of the Year became successful is because of the support we had in our hometown and continue to have. So there's just like an extra element of stress because you want to like deliver for your hometown fans. You want it to be like your best show ever, and there's some pressure there.
Yeah. I don't think you guys have from a fan perspective, I don't think you guys have issues with putting on the best show ever because every show I've seen you guys at, it's just been insane. Again, the Brightside show was crazy. Seeing you guys at Knotfest to the reception you guys got there was just insane. I remember Dan said at that show, we played to 15,000 people last night and we'd rather be playing this 500 for cap room because the energy in here is so much more crazier than 15,000 people. And like, you know, you guys bring that. If you guys bring the energy, the crowd will just fold it back to you tenfold. So yeah, your shows are always super fun.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Thank you.
All good. I got two more questions here, and one of them is a joking piece of beef I have with the band, because I feel that your best song as a band, no one knows about.
Okay, what is it? I'm so curious.
Close your eyes. So
Are you a wrestling? Are you a wrestling fan?
I'm a
Okay, that's
massive
why.
wrestling fan. I was
Okay,
a
got
I
it.
was a Captain Charisma fan for years when he went to TNA. He's now in AEW and doing all that. But I think that "Don't Close Your Eyes" track, which was Christian's theme song in WWE that you guys did the re-record on, that is not only one of the best wrestling theme songs, but that is one of the best songs you guys have done. Never put out on an official release. Have you ever toyed with the idea of putting that into a set list and just going what, like seeing if people can figure out what the track is?
No, not until this very moment. I've never thought about it. It's crazy. It's in our top 10 in Spotify, and it's like the recording is just like so bad, and it's so like amateur, and just if anything, I would like to re-record it like properly because we did that like we didn't. Yeah, it's not a great recording.
How did you get involved with it?
I don't even remember, dude. I wish I remembered. I just remember we were off tour, and our management called and said, "Hey, there's a wrestler that we want to do this. Would you guys like to record the song?" And I was like, "Hey, we're off tour. Sure, I'll go record a song." That's all I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, because someone else originally did the song first, and I can't remember their name, but like the original version's pretty good. Like it is a really good song. And then you guys came in and sort of did a different version of it, changed some of the lyrics and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then when it came on, and I'm like, oh, this, I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, oh, this is really cool. It took me a while to figure out. Then I was like, oh shit, it's Story of the Year. I fucking love this band. Like, holy shit.
I'll
And
tell you
then,
what's cool. Well, what's
yeah,
cool about it is that someone would think of us for something like that. Like, there's such a huge part of my brain that is still like kind of in disbelief that I get to do this for a job. Is
hmm,
maybe that's hard. Maybe I'm not articulating that correctly, but like, dude, I make music and jump around like an idiot on stage, and I pay my house payment like that. And sometimes it's kind of like, is this real life? Like, this is crazy that I still get to do this. I'm in my 40s and I still get to do this. And there's still part of my brain that's like, us idiots from North County, St. Louis, Missouri, like a professional wrestler asked us to make a song. I mean, that's the coolest part, is because we're just kids from a working class background. Just all we ever want to do is just play music in my mom's basement. So that's the coolest part to me. I don't take any of that shit for granted.
for sure. And then the last question, because we'll wrap it up. We're almost out of time, but obviously you guys are supposed to be here as part of Park Waves next month. That is no longer happening. Is there any plans for sort of a return to A.R.S.O.N?
Yeah, we'll definitely get over there on this record cycle. I don't know when. I don't know the details about it, but I know that they're trying to put something together.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Listen, I can't wait. Again, I've been a fan for 20 years since Page Avenue dropped. I heard what song was it? Wasn't Until the Day I Die. Anthem of My Dying Day. Heard it on Channel V for the first time when it came out and been obsessed with the band ever since. I've tried to catch you guys as many times as I could. Caught you guys back on the Taste of Chaos tour with the Rise Against and the Used years and years ago. Um, I can't wait for the return and I can't wait to see you guys live again. And yeah,
Sweet,
congrats on the
dude.
record as well.
Thanks. I appreciate it, man.